Namaste. Welcome to Wise Out Career Guide. Today we have Mr. Avesh Sharma with us, who's working in a very interesting and dynamic segment of marketing. It is the segment of brand alliances and partnership. So let's hear from him. How did he reach here and what has been his journey like? Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Neha. Hope all well at your end and a very good morning.
Absolutely, sir. So, sir, before we get into your career journey, first, could you tell us what has been your educational background?
Yeah, so basically, I brought up in Shimla. That
Okay.
is my hometown. So I did my entire education from St. Edward's, Shimla, which is one of a renowned convent school in Shimla.
Okay.
Post that, probably I got into engineering that I did from Institute of Engineering and Emerging Technologies, which is now a deemed university. Doing engineering was again, as in probably after my plus two and all that,
Mhm.
was just uh, running the race. So it
Okay.
was something which I never thought of. And uh, the era at that time, it was like 2002 3 kind of thingy. So
Hmm.
the time has evolved a lot now. The youngsters are really, they have the know-how, they are exploring new avenues by themselves, the platform, the ecosystem, the accessibility to the ecosystem has
Right.
multifolded and really scaled up to a very what do you call good level, which have its pros and cons too, right?
Absolutely.
But I'm just mentioning here the pros for them, as in pertaining to the how does a career can really shape up based upon now the accessibility they have. So yeah, so I just entered into engineering and probably uh, which was not something actually I wanted to do, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I still remember the seed. The seed is like the 10 years that you spend in the school. So when I was in Edwards, so
Hmm.
the level of introspection uh, I had was that probably uh, I don't know. I wanted again from that day till date. I always really get pulled by something disruptive, not run of the mill. So
Right.
I guess 50% of it is my DNA, 50% that DNA in collaboration. At the end of the story, I didn't wanted to pursue it, but I did it. When I started doing it, then probably, yeah, it was a mixed bag. So it was
Okay.
a good learning experience. So I learned new technologies at that time. Whatever came up to us was everything was new, right? Every
Hmm.
semester, every subject, every lecture, every sentence, every word, every alphabet
Hmm.
was new. So yeah, so that 4 years and all that with little bit of fun, joy, building your intangible energies, your friends, and all that.
Hmm.
So at the end of the day, no regrets, nothing. It was a good journey.
Okay. So,
But again, I'll just not taking much of the time. I'll just want to point out that and would suggest and chip in my 2 cents
mhm.
uh, to the so-called super rock star youngster these days, from which we learn now and keep on learning, I guess, that they have the know-how, they have the accessibility. So just try out to. I always your first voice is the angel's voice. The second voice is the devil's voice. So go
Right.
by your first voice.
Sure. So, sir, after your engineering, did you pursue any other course or you started working?
So again, it was an inflection point, and again, it was something. Yeah, it was something I was looking for. I tried and all that for IIMs, and but somehow couldn't get the particular colleges I was looking for to pursue the higher education. So
Mhm.
then probably um, I cracked down the UBS, the HPU MBA exam, and
Okay.
did a full-time 2-year MBA in marketing as a major from Himachal Pradesh University.
Okay. So, after your MBA, was your first job on campus?
Yeah, so the training was the internet training that we do. I did it in Airtel. Then probably I was campus placed in Spice.
Okay.
Yeah, after MBA. And the area where I was campus placed was in product management.
So, in product management with a telecom company, and how was that experience like? Was it the same as you had imagined your, first job experience, the first few weeks would be like, or was reality different?
So see, the entire process after MBA, Neha. So it was really very I would say exciting experience. Obviously, learning is the undercurrent, but it was
Right.
really exciting experience because right from the various round during the interview, being a lot of companies coming and you being sitting and basically something working out for you, sub brands not working out for you, and vice versa, and then probably you cracking down because at that time, yeah, the thingy was you got the job, you got the job, you got the job, you got the job, you
Absolutely.
have been placed, huh? So that was the only question that was in the air, in the atmosphere, right? uh, so the entire day the hustling of this that, and so the entire journey, the the exciting part was the journey of the first job,
Correct.
reaching to the first job, wherein probably I was sitting in the induction room, wherein the induction has to started, have to started, and the before that also the go ahead that call I received from the HR that you have been selected as a management trainee, product management in Spice.
Okay. So, what was that first experience like? The understanding of the, how the telecom product is made and what happens. How was that experience?
So again, I'll start it on a lighter note and then come to a very simplified version of it. And I guess that is it. And I want to add here another thing which I believe, I'll keep on adding the things which I believe and carry along with me and
Oh,
have carried on till date. And I guess will carry it on till the time I'm inhaling and exhaling. That is basically simplicity is the most difficult thing to crack.
absolutely agreed.
Whenever a problem statement pops up, how much complex that problem statement is, the biggest mistake, I guess, this is my take. See, just my take, my 2 cents. The biggest mistake that we do, whatever level you are, whatever designation, whatever field, your own business, on startup, working for a MNC, this, that, wherever you are professionally, the biggest mistake is the best way to go and go about a tossed up problem, a complex problem statement that has in front of you, is finding a simplified solution to it. But we go for a complex solutions. Solving a complex problem by a complex solution makes the entire process more complex,
Agreed.
right? That's
Yeah.
why I'm saying simplicity is the most difficult thing to crack. So the first after induction, the first few days were like, so that I've been handcuffed,
Okay.
because obviously till that time, obviously you were attending classes and all that, but in college, in engineering or in MBA, that freedom corridor is there. But here probably uh, pressure is uh, abhi to we didn't knew that what was in store. But yeah, so initial feeling was that.
Okay.
But I would recommend and suggest to all the budding youngsters out there or the professionals out there, that is very normal, very very normal, because it is a 360-degree transformation that happens. So
Right.
try to gulp it in that way, wherein probably this happens with everyone, mostly everyone, because it is a huge transformation,
Yeah.
right? So uh, then after few days you get into the what do you call it, it depends upon person to person, but
Mhm.
you really get into the momentum, start learning, start understanding the nomenclatures and all that. Just a small again, just to make uh, the audience feel a little lighter. See how you learn the nomenclatures out there in the when you enter the pro world or the corporate universe.
Mhm.
So I never use a word called reporting,
Okay.
and that I am doing from my empty days till date.
Okay.
I believe in working with, and there's nothing demeaning, disrespectful. It is just like everybody is working for someone. Somebody is working for herself or himself. Somebody is working for someone. Someone is working with somebody. So it is a knitted ecosystem. So I
Yes.
have never believed in the word called reporting. It is always working with. So this
Okay.
is again something and I believe in. So
So,
I've managed teams in the past. So first thing, when I used to have introduction with them, I used to tell them that uh, never use I report to Avesh and all that. I work with Avesh, and Avesh will work with us. As
okay.
simple as that,
Right.
right? So yeah, so then probably again just a 15-second kind of a uh, lighter ad break.
Mhm.
Uh, the nomenclature starts tossing up the processes, the laptops of the world, the 9 to 6 lifestyle,
Mhm.
or blah 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 of the world, the corporate universe, so as to say. So
Right.
my manager told me, yeah, so send this proposal uh, to the CEO of Spice, and probably because she wanted to empower me, that probably giving me an authority or empowerment, so that I have that uh, feeling, I get the energy that I'm directly sending a proposal to the CEO of the organization,
Hmm.
right? So
Right.
that was really good on our part, and really that is what leadership is all about, right? And empowering your team, and it boomerangs, vice
Right.
versa, right?
Yeah.
So what I did was, so it is really funny. So what I did was, I attached the deck. I prepared the deck overnight, the entire PPT and all that, made it very beautiful, colorful, and all the elements added to it. And what I wrote was, dear uh, sir, or dear XYZ, FYINA. And empty, writing to a CEO or first mail with a proposal, a very and that was a very important proposal. We are
Okay.
pitching something to a very big telco, uh, some product. So, dear XYZ, dear CEO, FINA. I never. So then when the mail shooted and CC, I marked my manager. So she called me and Avish, do you know what is form of FIN? Mela, I don't know. I just heard it. Then she told me it is for your information and necessary action. So you can't, as an MP, to send that mail with just dear sir
You're an
FIN.
FIINA.
That now you do. I'm giving you some work to do. So
Right.
yeah, so then probably you start getting into the real mattered stuff, that the bottom line of the world, the P&Ls, the business, the product ecosystem, how to build relationship. Again, here I'll the last word I just used was relationship.
So after this role, you moved into various product roles with some of the biggest brands in the telecom sector and handsets and various other this thing. How did brand alliance and partnerships come about?
Okay. So that's a really good question here. So see, I was in Spice for a period of close to 6 7 years
Okay.
due to two reasons. Again, I'll tell you. Uh, because 2 3 years it was a learning phase is still on. It will always be on. That button is always on. Every day, again, I'll again use a small phrase. Every day I wake up and just say to myself, till date,
Mhm.
tomorrow also, today also I did it, that I know nothing. My
Right.
canvas is blank. I have to start from zero. The brush is in my hand. I have to start the canvas again. So every day I say to myself, I know nothing. So this is something that keeps you grounded, keeps your
Mhm.
medulla open.
Right.
Otherwise, the day you start feeling you know almost everything, then
Mhm.
your bell curve as an individual, as a professional, start dipping. So just a
Right.
suggestion, again a humble suggestion based upon my learning. Try to speak to yourself as much as you can. All the rock stars, the youngsters, or the professionals out there who have just started their career, uh, that probably every day you can learn uh, uh, anything. Probably going to a meeting in a ride, in a Uber ride or in a cab, you can learn something from the cab driver, right? You can learn something having just a tea at a tea stall,
Mm.
right? So keep your learning mode on and just believe in the stuff every day, that you know nothing. Every day is a new day, and you have to really go out there and learn and crack it down.
Correct. So how did the brand alliance role come into your career?
Yeah, so I was sorry to deviate. So coming back to your question, so basically, as I was mentioning, I spent close to 6 7 years in Spice. So and that was due to the fact because my roles kept on shifting.
Okay.
So new corridors, from product I moved to NPD, new product development, then to
Okay.
BD, business development,
Okay.
then to content management. So
Mhm.
all that's why internally also it was like I was working in many companies
Okay.
when I was in Spice, right?
Mm.
So that's why I spent a lot of years, because I kept on, and it was, you can call it destiny, or probably uh, how they wanted to leverage a professional, the entire
Mhm.
leadership or the management team of Spice. So one, internally the introspection started happening, that yeah, so the stagnation has reached to a level. Now I
Mhm.
have to look for something new. Really,
Okay.
I was getting into a very cushioned zone, which I really never wanted to be.
Okay.
So I wanted to be in a zone which is an uncomfortable, unknown space, a kind
Mhm.
of a neverland kind of space.
Okay.
So and that was a time when the smartphone market, so as to say, really started shaping up very well. The
Okay.
Indian homegrown players like Micromax, Syntex, Lava, Carbon, and all that.
Mhm.
So probably I tried out there, and somehow I got into strategic analysis into Intex. And Intex at that time was, I guess, uh, I can share it because it is out there in the media, uh, in top three or top four brands in terms of market sharing or market size, the share that they had, right? So there probably it was a new experience. So there were that was the major inflection point in my entire professional journey, where I realized, yes, this is what actually professionally I want to do throughout my professional life. Though the storytelling, the products, the brands, the ecosystems, the universes, the Milky Ways will keep on changing, but the undercurrent is there. What I
Mhm.
liked was I met the who's and I don't know, big brands of the world to the startups, learning from segment agnostic brands, their entire team sitting alone, knowing nothing, but still trying to manage how to hold that meeting and really come out well out of that meeting. Probably how to develop the negotiating skills, how to wear the shoe of a partner, how to understand them, how to really make the network, how to create a nuclear universe of yourself. So
Mhm.
I met globally a lot of players agnostically, and I
Okay.
learned a lot. And then I realized I'm meant for this.
Okay.
I'm meant to do consumer business through strategic alliances.
Okay. So, what are the kind of openings that, or the role that a youngster, a fresher, can expect to, be part of in strategic alliances?
See, again, I realized after 6 7 years, right, that
Mhm.
I was meant for this kind of a role wherein probably I fit in,
Right.
and it gave me joy. The word is joy,
Mhm.
not happiness. Is again a temporary thing. It gave me joy, real joy, right? Meeting
Okay.
people. So basically, I am a people person, so as
Okay.
to say. I like interacting with people, understanding them, understanding their product, understanding their ideas, and how it can fit into the current brand or the previous brand or whatever brand I I was in the entire 14 15 years of my journey. How it can really fit in, and at the end of the day, how it can benefit the end user.
Right.
And the bottom line is generate revenue and product value. So if all the youngster out there, it's the DNA that probably you realize over the period of time that
Mhm.
your professional DNA is this or that,
Right.
right? So I realized that my professional DNA is really meeting people out there, meeting different brands, learning from them, trying to understand, and then creating the entire what you call my mini universe for whatever organizations I have worked with, and add value in that way.
So, what are the kind of qualifications or qualities that the companies look for people that they hire for brand alliance and partnerships?
The basic qualities, I'll keep it very simple, as you just mentioned. So basic qualities that an employer looks in a fresher to be a part of, say, a partnership vertical or a strategic alliances vertical in any brand is very simple. First, uh, that uh, resource or that fresher should have an attitude which is like very, very outgoing, very,
Okay.
very energetic. And if that resource is sitting in front of you face to face,
Mhm.
so that vibe, that energy should be something that, yes, she or he is a people's person or a resource.
Okay.
Point one. So that is an intangible energy, but that is the most important energy, which I called or generally the market called H2H, human to human model.
Right.
That uh, fresher or professional should be a H2H kind of a professional. Point one.
Okay.
That is the most pertinent thing, because you have strategic alliances is not about having a discussion with your laptop. It is
Yeah.
all about having human interactions day in,
Absolutely.
day out. So that is the most pertinent thing. That attitude, that energy, that vibrancy, that aura of really holding you or hooking you up for, say, 15 minutes, 20 minutes should be there in that
Okay.
resource. So
Absolutely.
that is number one. Then probably it is all about uh, what is the hunger that you have. Hunger can be seen in the eye of a fresher.
Okay.
The hunger to learn new uh, avenues, corridors, and all that should be
Mhm.
there. That hunger we see. If that hunger or is not there, and it is just like, okay, I have to just get a job, and I'll just be, yeah, I will do this, I can do this. So that hunger should be there. That
Okay.
hunger, na, that wolfness, the wolf of Wall Street, so as to say,
Right.
the piece of that, that
Yeah.
hunger should be there,
Okay.
right? Point two, which I guess probably is a second important trait. So again, these strategic alliances, first we see the intangible energies, that we go into the subject matter piece. So
Okay.
now the third important piece is how that uh, resource or that professional or fresher can handle the pressure.
Okay. Okay. And what are the kind of packages that the freshers can expect in this kind of a role? Is it at
Uh,
par with your other marketing roles, or does this have a higher package?
so at par with the other marketing roles to
Okay.
start with. Depends upon brand to brand,
Right.
the stage of the brand organization is in. A well-established organization
Mm-hmm.
who have gone through their thick and thins now probably want to really expand globally. So
Right.
probably uh, one of the major catalysts to expand is what? Doing partnerships,
Absolutely.
doing alliances, right? Understanding different markets, traveling different markets, understanding the consumer behavior, and then finally, again, doing partnerships, doing handshakes.
Okay.
So it depends upon at what stage currently a brand is. If
Okay.
the brand is in the expansion mode, then obviously this role becomes more important.
Okay. All right. So, Avesh, what would be that one, one line advice from you for the freshers to be able to, be successful in a career in marketing, be it product development, be it brand alliances? If somebody is planning to make their career in marketing, what is that one line advice that you would like to, give them to help them succeed in their career?
So one line learning, I would not say an answer to everything. Question, an answer. I will just the learning, summing up or amalgamating all the learnings till date is that again I'm saying in irrespective of the vertical or what do you call a segment or a brand or any industry or any geography, uh, you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. The
Okay,
most One of the most pertinent thing is storytelling.
right.
Okay, how you storytell. See, everything very is really important. Product is important, equally important. Understanding your end user, wearing their shoes, understanding your client, understanding your partner, understanding your cross-functional team, understanding the market dynamics, the ever evolving marketing dynamics, the disruption that is happening, the technologies that is really seeding up every day.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would suggest is you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. And the second most pertinent thing that I've learned is be a try every day, try to be a good listener.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Avesh, for joining us today and sharing your insights and learning through your journey. Thank you so much. So that was Mr. Avesh Sharma sharing with us his journey, starting with engineering, then moving to MBA and getting into marketing, not just sales, but marketing, which is, as he said towards the end of his interview, that you can't sell anything if you can't tell anything. And marketing as a department, as a stream, is about storytelling. How well you express what you're selling, how well you can connect with your consumer is what marketing is. And there are various verticals in marketing as a department, and each department in today's date plays a vital and a very different role to overall increase the sales of a product. And brand alliance and partnership is one such role, which is very close to what your sales also does, but is very different also because it is far more challenging. Because in sales, what happens is you're doing a short term partnership. It's not a very long term partnership. It is not a very formal partnership as compared to a brand alliance. Because in a brand alliance, it's two brands which are coming together and jointly getting into the business of selling a product or a service. Whereas in sales, what you do is you make a partnership and the person agrees to sell your products or stock your products for sale. But a brand alliance requires far more effort and far more people are involved in that process. And that's why what he said about if you're not a people's person, it'll be very difficult for you to succeed in this segment because you have to deal with your future alliance partners, various departments, be it marketing, be it sales, legal, finance. You're the one who's the front face from your company answering all their questions. So you have to be able to tell the story of your brand, of your product, and the future that you can promise by getting into that alliance. So yes, you need to have a people's friendly approach. You need to have that fire inside you to be able to lead to that alliance, because as the competition is increasing, the global markets are shrinking, The pie is becoming smaller and smaller, and the number of people wanting a share in that are increasing. And each of them want a bigger piece for themselves for their company. And if you don't have the drive or the hunger for that piece of pie, you are most definitely gonna lose out. So remember, marketing as a segment, as a vertical for any company is about storytelling. How well you can tell the story is how well you will succeed. And with the changes happening in the global environment, yes, you need to have a blank canvas every day of your career. I hope you got some insights and learnings out of this interview. If you have any questions that you want answers to, please do write below in the comments, and do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.